Hey everyone, welcome back to 22 Panels. This is the podcast that aims to examine, explore, and elevate the medium of comics. I am Tyler, and I was caught off guard, Tad. I was not ready for you to hit record there, but that's all right. From across the interwebs, I've got Tad and Phil. How's it going, guys?
Going all right.
It,
Catch your
it
webs
it's
for you.
good.
Good.
It's
Good.
good.
So I am operating without headphones today, so I don't know why they're not
Um,
working. So
yeah.
my family is in and out of the room every once in a while. So now they can hear us when we're talking. It's not just me talking to thin air.
All right. So now instead of you not saying anything scandalous, it's got to be us not saying anything scandalous.
It's funny. You guys are very quiet on my speakers, so like you can't hear outside of my little alcove here.
All right. You say
But
that, and then someone's going to say something completely ridiculous and off topic, and completely derail everything right as someone's walking into the room. Just
I
waiting for it to happen.
mean, it
that'd be
is
funny.
always possible.
There's never anything off topic in our house.
That's fair. I was told this podcast would be done without an audience, so now I have stage fright as
Yeah.
there are
They're
people
not.
off air that are
I
hearing
don't know
it.
about audience. They are more so
22
like
panels is recorded in front of a
they're
live studio
they're
audience.
live home audience. I don't know about studio.
Right. Your home is now a studio.
You know,
We're gonna have a lot of interns in and out of there. Some lights. There's just gonna be a box of donuts that you never see come or go, but there's always a variant mountain there. It's gonna get pretty weird.
well, well, I would go to a more private room, but we don't have central air. So I would have to
Oh,
turn on an air conditioner, which then because our rooms upstairs are so humid and hot. So
would hate to put you through all that.
yeah, well, I would be sweating and that's no fun.
Not before church. That's only during church.
I'll be sweating anyway because I don't want to be there.
Right. Oh. So what's the news in the comics world this week?
Well, the thing that caught my eye, and it doesn't look like there's a lot of data on it yet. The Dark Horse Workers Union released a statement alleging the company has been targeting senior editors to give them supervisory manager status,
Hmm.
um, to essentially make them ineligible for the union, reducing
Interesting.
the membership and changing negotiating weight, that sort of thing.
Oh wow, that is a little
Um,
sneaky.
saying that they're giving them some new supervisory responsibilities and acting like they've been that way the whole time. Whereas
Hmm.
previously they weren't exactly supervisory as much as editors.
Yeah.
Um, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out. The union was formed and recognized in between Mike Richardson stepping away and Jay Comas taking over. Um, and the promotion of the other people to the as the new heads of the company. So it's already a period of transition for Dark Horse into having a little bit more hands-on from their corporate owners. I mean, they were bought maybe even as much as a decade ago. I don't remember, but
Yeah.
like as long as Richardson was the CEO, they didn't really change much.
Yeah.
So something to keep an eye on.
Now it sounds like they're going through a lot of growing pains.
Yeah. Um, in cooler news, Eric Gladstone and Marika Cresta are putting together a graphic novel at Sumerian Comics called Janis Joplin Pearl. So we're getting a Janis Joplin biopic.
Nice.
And I'm all for the amount of music we've been getting in comics lately. So I'm here for it. Uh, what kind of week
Yes.
has it been? Did you guys see the late night drop Friday?
No.
So you know how the the Justice Department indicted the 60-year-old former Olympian I think 57-year-old, 67-year-old former Olympian canoer for vandalizing the reflecting pool and shouted up and down about how he'd Ginny Piro like he got into the water and violently tore the lining of the pool up
No, I somehow missed that one.
and
I did
and
miss it.
and
Yeah, that's interesting.
the head of the Department of Interior, Doug Burgum, yeah, wanted to make it clear that the reflecting pool is part of the national monument or part of the Lincoln Memorial. So like this is just like if he took paint and splashed it all over. Blah 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 until they had to put up or shut up, at which point they went, oh no it wasn't installed property. He didn't do anything and dismissed the charges on Friday night, and hoped nobody would notice.
Yeah, let's
That,
just hope.
of course, fearless leader immediately got pissed off that they dismissed the charges,
Mhm.
bringing attention to it all, at least in the independent side of media. I hate that we've actually reached a point where I don't like mainstream media either.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, it's pretty bleak out there.
Like I'm really kind of fed up with the right saying things are bad for so long that they become bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is true.
making them worse themselves.
Yeah, 100%.
But that's what they're best at. Like
Hmm.
when they start saying they're bad, they're not bad. Like when they started like bashing CNN, the New York Times, and the Washington Post into the ground, they were still like legit, if sometimes slightly flawed in trying to be balanced news organizations. And now it's like they bend over. I mean, did you see any of the Correspondence Dinner stuff?
I heard about some
No.
of it.
Yeah,
I
I
heard
mean,
of
for
it.
that matter,
It was pretty horrifying.
even this story, like the way it was being reported in the mainstream news was like Trump angry at Piro because he claims that vandalism did happen in spite of available evidence.
Wow.
Only that, like, in spite of available evidence is like deep in the story. Like the headline is Trump mad at Piro. He claims vandalism did happen, or whatever. It's like you can't when you can't even say like what they say out loud
Hmm.
because you're like, oh, the things you say out loud make you look bad. So we need to make you look better so that you don't get mad at us.
That doesn't seem like it should be what the media is doing, and yet here we are.
So yeah, that's kind of been the
Did something get graphed over too? Like they put new sod on? I saw a Trump post where well, it doesn't matter anymore, but
yeah, I
it
I,
looks
I
like
can't even get it. The other did you guys see the Fauci hearings?
I
no,
heard about them, but I
heard
didn't
about
see
it.
any. I saw at least one diary entry that was pretty
Okay.
ridiculous.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing, is it?
I
You're
guess
taking it out of context the way that they want you to, but
the
like
the
how
one diary entry I saw was about how Trump was more focused on getting reelected than actually addressing the pandemic. So
okay.
yeah, so it wasn't damning
Wasn't
of him.
ridiculous for Fauci.
Right, right, right. But it
Yeah,
was
no.
ridiculous for the situation
Lots
going
of
on.
people have been focusing on things like, oh my God, I
Yeah.
got to talk to Barbara Streisand tonight. She was wonderful. and then I accidentally butt dialed her later in the night.
No, no, it was actually relevant. It was actually a relevant
or
comment
or
about what they should probably be
or
talking about.
it's not hyperbole to say that I may be the most famous and recognizable person in the country right now. And everybody's like, "Oh, you big headed. You wanted to be the big head." And it's like, no, this is a diary. This is
Right.
somebody processing the fact that they're living a life that they never intended to live
Yep.
and probably don't want to live, but
Right.
kind of have to because circumstances
Yeah.
dictate that they do.
Yeah, I think it's sad that he's becoming target for a right wing witch hunt,
I
you know.
mean, what I will just like I don't want to spend too much. We're on a clock, so I don't want to spend
Right.
too much time here. But what I will toss out really, really quickly is that like first, in heading into it, like Rand Paul had put together the AI thing to make him look like a teenage girl on a blanket writing in his diary. Um, which is why he like made a statement at the beginning about how this was clearly only orchestrated to try to get him to say something that they thought that they could, aha, we caught you and can
Hmm.
prosecute you, blah blah blah.
Sure.
um and therefore, on the advice of counsel, I am choosing not to answer, as is my right under the Fifth Amendment, which became his statement to every question. There's one point where Josh Hawley is, "What color is your tie?" And he's like,
There
"On the advice of counsel."
we go.
I decline to answer,
Well, they got their
as is
medicine
my
back to
right
them. I mean
under the
that.
Fifth Amendment.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, how many
But
times
then
have we
you've
seen
got,
Trump do that?
but then you've got Bernie fucking Moreno, who like is sitting there going, "It was about 6 years ago that I decided to give up my company and run for office to finally be here to say, who the fuck do you think you are?"
Oh my.
Like,
Oh my.
really? That's
Oh
your
my.
question as a senator? And really, that's why you got into politics? And by
Wow.
the way, why haven't you said anything about your ex-son-in-law who's credibly accused of abusing your daughter and 2-year-old granddaughter and still running for re-election?
Yeah.
Jim Jordan got caught on CNN on that one. Completely backed the guy up. And then, like, well, like, let me just play this tape from you talking about Graham Plattner.
Wow.
And like even as he was leaving, he's like, and the Democrats made him stop running, not us. And it's like, dude, that's the point.
Hmm. Hmm.
Welcome to the world we live in. Anyway, new to order. Initial orders due on August 27th. Take it
The
away, Tyler.
Right off the bat, I'm going to talk about Batman Bad Seeds Sunrise #1 from Matt Fraction and G. Willow Wilson and Giuseppe Camuncoli and Cliff Rathburn. Vandal Savage puts Ivy in his crosshairs. Somewhere in the headquarters of the New York City Police Department, Vandal Savage hides a chemical weapon
The
designed to.
Gotham City
What
Police
did I
Department.
say?
You
New
said New
York.
York.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Headquarters of the Gotham City Police Department, Vandal Savage hides a chemical weapon designed to kill Poison Ivy. But if Ivy dies, there will be no ending the bad night of bad seeds for Gotham City or anywhere else.
For
No
Government
power, no
City.
comms. What?
For
Say that
Government
again.
City.
Government City. A heavily armored private militia tasked with bringing him down on orders of the worst person in Gotham, all holed up together within the impenetrable fortress. This sounds like a job for Batman. Final order cutoff of October 5th and will be in shops October 28th.
Assy #1 from Sam Humphries and Eleanor Harlini at Boom. It's actually a one shot because it's collected from The Hello Darkness horror anthology. Play ball. Hell takes
Love it.
home field advantage as Cassie and her team take the plate in this thrilling one shot from everyone's favorite horror anthology. Cassie has been collected into one blood sport filled special for the first time. This campy sports horror romp follows Cassie and her rowdy baseball team as the game takes a demonic turn, leveling the playing field into hellish new depths, straight from the brilliant mind of Sam Humphries with bold and expressive art from Eleonora Carlini. This demonically sporty slasher is sure to delight all of your evil impulses. Final order cutoff of August 31st in stores on October 14th.
All right. Dungeons and Dragons from Jackson Lansing, Colin Kelly, Ibram Robertson from Dark Horse. A draconic apocalypse approaches the Forgotten Realms, and it has one name on its lips. Mordenkainen. Now stripped of his magic but never out of the fight, the most powerful wizard in all reality will need the help of Faerun's most legendary heroes to restore the balance. This has a final order cutoff of September 21st and will be in shops November 4th.
Hammerhead #1 from Ed Brisson and Damian Cosiero at Mad Cave. Terror can't be contained. For 20 years, Jules has been hiding from her past. As the only survivor of the Hammerhead killing spree, she carries the guilt and trauma of having watched as everyone she loved was brutally murdered. Every couple of years, Hammerhead rises from the dead to continue his reign of terror anew. With each repeated massacre, Jules falls deeper into the warm embrace of her own dark coping mechanisms. When she's thrown into prison with no trial and no hope, Jules finds herself part of a dark ritual built to force her back into the past that she spent her life trying to escape. Final order cutoff of September 21st in stores October 14th.
Leaded Gasoline, #1 from Patrick Kindlon and Lorenzo Ray at Black Mask. In the 1980s, a killer stalks the street of South Los Angeles. Task forces are assembled. Detectives work overtime, but the bodies keep coming. This is the story of a community college professor who believes there's more to the story than a single madman. Final order cutoff of September 7th in stores on October 7th.
Here Comes the Bride. Kelly Thompson and Mattia De Lewis reunite once again to deliver the most haunting new horror series of the year. Born in the heart of a thunderstorm, made of stolen flesh, electricity, and monstrous desperation, the bride lives. With no memory of her past or understanding of what she is, the bride took her first steps into the world and was displeased. Now she must discover where and who she came from and begin what every living thing begins, the process of staying alive. This is Universal Monsters Bride of Frankenstein Lives, #1 from Kelly Thompson and Mattia Lewis over at Image Comics. Final order cutoff September 28th, in stores October 28th. Next up, some graphic novels.
Tyler, take it away.
Is it me? I'm not. I'm sorry. I was looking at something else.
Your
book
phone?
Of The Book of Nosferatu by Michael Morici, Todor Herstov from Ablaze. Emil's wife is missing, but no one in his village will do anything about it. No one will even speak of it. It's like she never existed. But Emil knows the truth. Bella did not simply vanish. She was taken, prey to the region's terrifying blight, Nosferatu. Unable to break through the taboo surrounding the interference in these curse matters, Emil turns away from society and into a world full of unknown and strange powers. What terrible things lurk between the village in the deep, dark woods, and how can he harness them all to find his beloved bride? Can he harness them all, or will he too succumb to their curses? In shop September 14th, and final order crop September 14th. In shops October 21st. I should just stop reading. All right, Phil, you're next.
Diana from Nate Powell over at Abrams. The year is 1992. Diana Bouge is a personality too big for her small Arkansas town. A runaway who dyes her hair platinum, studies the occult, sings like an angel, and dominates the local punk scene through the force of her personality. Even when being in the cult of Diana is too much for them, her friends Jody, Steph, Napoleon, and Todd can't help but be pulled into her vortex. But under the surface, Diana struggles to outrun damage from a repressive religious past. She only shares these struggles with her dearest long-distance pen pal, who she keeps hidden from her other friends, until one day he's never heard from again. Untethered and fiercely protective of what she considers hers, Diana turns even more inward, blending music and homegrown sorcery in hopes of outrunning reality. But even she can't turn back time. Or can she? It's going to have a final order cutoff of August 31st, in stores October 7th.
All right.
The Lawrence Brothers Detective Agency. Yes, those Lawrence brothers. Joey Lawrence, Matthew Lawrence, and Andrew Lawrence, along with the Berkowitz brothers and Dario Formisano and Sean Von Gorman. Sean Von
I didn't know
Gorman
there was
of
an Andrew
comics.
Lawrence. Did you guys ever, was he in anything?
I don't know. At
Nope.
Z2, this is a project that has been 15 years in the making. The Lawrence brothers, Joey, Matt, and Andrew, have toyed around with their own take on the Hardy Boys by creating a detective agency with a Hollywood twist. The darkly funny graphic novel reimagines them as reluctant heroes settling or battling a conspiracy that's warping the very fabric of fame. Set against the surreal backdrop of a corrupted Hollywood, the Lawrence Brothers Detective Agency is a satirical fever dream about identity, memory, and the absurdity of pop culture. And they just have to go, whoa! Final order cutoff of August 31st and in stores on October 7th.
All right, next up, Noodle and Bow. Momo has lived in Town 99 her entire life. She knows all its quirks and rhythms, the best places to buy fruit, practice Tai Chi in the park, and most of all, get the best meal. Noodle and Bow, run by Momo's best friend Bow, and their ama, Noodle. But Town 99 is changing. Rent is becoming unaffordable for Momo and her parents, and even Noodle and Bao has been edged out of its storefront, which was just recently bought out by the new business venture France Cafe. France is run by the ambitious Ms. Jujubee and her henchmen, who claim they're only beautifying Town 99 with good business. Momo knows that's not true, and knows that if she doesn't do something, she'll lose everything she loves about her neighborhood. From undercover recon to a cook-off proposal, protest signs to petitions, Momo and Bao are on a mission to protect Town 99. Will they succeed before it's too late? This new graphic novel from Shayna Liu over at HarperCollins has a final order cutoff of September 7th, in stores October 7th.
Hey, this next one, I got to get back to it. I moved my screen, you guys. I'm sorry.
Whatever.
Pepper
I
by
see how
Carl
it is.
Stevens and Astra, or Out from Astra, a standalone sequel to the popular graphic memoir Penny. This vivid graphic novel centers on house cat heroine Penny's relationship with her sister Pepper and the delicately solipsistic inner world they share with each other. As she is prone to do, Penny the house cat spends her day lazing around the apartment and musing philosophy. However, her peace is rudely disturbed when she is forced to contend with the existence of her little sister Pepper. What follows is one part wry, immaculately watercolored cat gags, one part vision quest. Here, acclaimed graphic novelist Carl Stevens blends the quotidian life of a house cat with an epically psychedelic journey of self-discovery and the profound art of making peace within yourself. Final order cutoff of September 21st and will be in shops October 20th.
Wandering Cat's Cave from Akane Torakai. In Akane Torakai's Wandering Cat's Cage, it is the near future. Only a few women are still able to menstruate, and even fewer men will be born to them. Reproduction is limited to medical intervention controlled from on high, and the structures and lives of the past hold no weight. They are only hinted at through the remaining scraps of a world that no longer exists. Life can be good, though, if you fall in line, and the women of the city live bright, happy, tightly controlled lives. But complete obedience isn't for everyone. For the women across the river who live in a rundown shantytown, viewing the opulence of the city from afar each night, life is different. It is humble and often dangerous, but it is free. It is here that Sonata, a young acupuncturist, lives with the mysterious Reho, the only male she's ever met, and who sells himself to the rich women who sneak across the river for something they've never experienced. The two form a small family, taking in other young women ousted from the city, but a real, living, breathing male might be too precious to leave to the shabby streets. When Reho is kidnapped at gunpoint and taken to the breeding program in the city, Sonata must join with the other outcasts to try and rescue him and learn the difficult truths of love, self-actualization, society, community, safety, and the future itself. Master mangaka Akane Torakai has produced a stunning work of a relational sci-fi through a gender-bent looking glass. Torakai pulls no punches, examining the deeply messy subjects of our day: sexuality, gender, dynamics, romantic love, familial trauma, freedom, and control through immaculately realized settings and character-rich emotive body language. Produced in partnership with Manga Splaining Extra. This is from Fantagraphics Final Order, cutoff of September 14th and in stores on October 28th. How about some collections?
All right, first up there is Narco from Doug Wagner and Daniel Hilliard over at Image Comics. From the creative duo behind fan favorites Plastic, Plush, Vinyl, and I Was a Fashion School Serial Killer, comes an all-new absurdist horror you won't want to sleep on. Marcus Westphal has a rare form of narcolepsy. When he gets excited, he blacks out. He's adapted, homebound life and a harmless infatuation with the girl next door. But when he witnesses her murder and then immediately, annoyingly passes out, he becomes suspect number one. With a final cutoff of August 31st, in stores October 7th, read the book that Tad's initial reaction to was fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Was it?
Yeah, yeah, to when you first read Narco number one.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Because it was so good.
it was.
Well, it was good, but also the ending of that first. Mm, it's so good,
Yeah, yeah.
but 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 he was also kind of mean to me.
All right, The Complete Rachel Rising from Terry Moore, out from Dark Horse. A modern horror classic returns in a definitive, oversized hardcover. I ordered two of these today, by the way.
Did you?
Um, yeah. The Complete Rachel Rising collects the entire Haunting saga in one volume, debuting as part of the new Abstract Studio Dark Horse Comics imprint. When Rachel climbs from a shallow grave, excuse me, with no memory of her death, she sets off a chain of sinister revelations connecting a small town's past to its violent present, combining slow burn horror, dark mystery, and Moore's trademark character work. Rachel Rising remains one of the most acclaimed horror comics of all time. Final order cutoff is September 14th, and this will be in shops December 15th. Great. Santos Sisters, Tad.
Santos Sisters Volume 2 from Greg and Fake. Amber and Alana are back. And now with an Eisner Award under their collective belt, in addition to being imbued with the powers of the goddess Madame Sosostris, they're even better prepared for whatever comes their way. Whether it be foiling disastrous plots to take down the local power grid, rescuing boyfriends from jealous supervillains, saving senior citizens from drug addiction, or battling the duo's ever-expanding rogues gallery of supervillainy, Amber and Alana, Ambar and Alana, they made a typo in their solicit text here.
They
Uh,
spelled it Amber.
yeah, always bring the comic book fun in this healthy conflation of four-color nostalgia, action, and laughs. Volume 2 of the Santos Sisters brings back fan favorite foils such as Bridget Spinner, 8 Ball, Alacran, and a mean and mad Monroe, while also introducing even more abhorrent antagonists, including the fishy Blue Agua and her Manzanillo assassins, the punctual and punitive 10 o'clock, the mysteriously dead-eyed Sergeant Murder, and Agent IX, or XI, XX? Yeah, XX.
XI,
XIX?
I think so.
XIX. That's probably it. and, and the rapacious, avaricious Billy Bitcoin. Also, Jackie Stalegum, Phantom of the Cardboard, the numismatist Gary Antsman, the Nature Ninjas, the Boozy Bees. Through it all, Amber and Alana strive to maintain a healthy work-life balance, while their creators, Greg and Fake, continue their mission to revive unabashed comic book fun with this ebullient and exuberant hit indie series. Final order cutoff of September 7th in stores on October 7th. Lots of final order cutoff for you this week, Phil.
Alrighty.
I hope you can handle it.
Sure. Final word cut off for Monday, August 10th. Angel #1 from Kelly Thompson and Gila Giancomo over at Dynamite. Uh, Art in stores August 19th. Archie, The Decision, and Other Stories Deluxe Edition from Tom King, George Guadier, Frank Doyle, Dan Parent, Dan DeCarlo at Archie Oni in shop September 1st. Superman, Batman, Weird Al, World's Weirdest #1 from Mark Wade, Weird Al Yankovic, Dan Schoening at DC in stores September 2nd. The Big Shakedown #1 from Tim Seeley, Jordan Bloom, Scott Koblish over at Dark Horse in stores September 16th. Buffy the Vampire Slayer #1 from Kelly Thompson and Stephen Byrne at Dynamite Entertainment in stores September 2nd. Carl Barks pencils and storyboards, King Scrooge and the First and Other Stories, the Fantagraphics Studio Edition by Carl Barks and Kim Weston from Fantagraphics in stores September 16th. Crowbound #1 from Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen at Image in stores September 2nd. The Dissidents from Durf Vector at Abrams in store September 16th. Doom Patrol #1 from Darcy Van Polgeest and Nico Henrikon at DC in store September 2nd. Firefly #1 from Mark Russell and Lorenzo Ray from Dynamite in store September 2nd. Forming from Jesse Moynihan at Fantagraphics in stores October 7th. A Ghost Arm made of angry ghosts from Oliver Mertz and Alex Diotto at Oni in store September 1st. Havana Split Bermaud from Vic Macchiochi at Mad
Well,
Cave.
Bermaud is the writer.
Bermaud is the writer. Excellent. Okay. So
Bermaud, something like that.
gotcha. So
Havana
Havana
Split is
Split
the book.
from Bremaud and Vic Macchiochi at Mad Cave in store September 2nd. I Want to Be Your Dog Omnibus from Ho Chi Anderson and Fantagraphics in store September 16th. Identical from Leah Hayes and Fantagraphics in store September 16th as well. Legion of Superheroes #1 from Joshua Williamson and Hayden Sherman and Tamara Bonvillain at DC in store September 2nd. Major Taylor from Frederick Noland and Drawn and Quarterly in store September 8th. Peep Show from Joe Matt and Fantagraphics in store September 30th. Superman the Stranger #1 from Wes Craig and DC Comics in stores September 2nd. Tales of Wonder #1 from Steve Scroce and Ian Herring and at Image Comics in stores September 2nd. Teen Titans #1 from Kyle Higgins and Danielle Di Niculo at DC in store September 2nd. Wandering Sun from Shimura Takako at Fantagraphics in stores September 16th. And Who Needs Donuts from Mark Allen Stamety at Drawn and Quarterly in stores September 8th. I take it that means you've got a crowdfunding this week, Chad?
Yeah, I'll take crowdfunding. I realized just as you read it that I do actually normally do the final order cutoff, don't I?
It's okay.
Sorry about that.
An on the spot mouthful, but I'm
Just
ready for it.
boom, boom. uh, uh, Wrapping up tomorrow is I Just Came from Hell from Frankie White and Adam
Markowitz? I think so.
Markowitz.
Yeah.
Yeah, Markowitz. Uh, August 6th, wrapping up is Sink Your Teeth In, #2 from Zoe Tunnel, Lauren Knight, JP Jordan, Jordy Troutman, and Michelle Abinator. And then still waiting to launch are Tezuka, God of Manga from Jason Cohn, and Death of the Comics Bookcase, Reign of the Comics Bookcases from Zach Quaintance. All of this is on Kickstarter. Tyler, you want to tell us about some humble bundles?
Sure. As soon as I get down to there. Okay, Clip Studio Creation Collection, paint, draw, and animate. This is 25 items for $10. I'm going back. I'm in my
No, $25 for 10 items.
What did I say?
You said
10.
25 items for $10.
Really?
I'll turn
Yep.
around.
All right. $25 gets you 10
Gotham is
items.
New York.
Guys, I am sorry. My brain is on everything else I've got going on today. So, um, okay. So $25 gets you 10 items. Donors choose. It's a public education charity, and it's extended through August 5th. I am just
And
pulling.
Tyler, as our cartoonist, if you haven't bought this yet, you should. I've been
I
playing
know
with
it
one.
looks awesome. It looks
I've been
amazing.
playing with one. It is, well, I mean, this is, I mean, like, I often ask people what their tools are, and people who make comics digitally, which is most people at this point, this is what they use.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll use other things for certain things, but this is their primary program.
Clip Studio.
Um,
Yeah.
and it's you know uh, it's only a 1 year one device item, so you'll probably wind up looking to or license for the main program. So like if
Hmm.
you're a real artist, you'll be looking to buy a permanent license at some point and or a multi-device, etc. But there's sales regularly. But it's also got so many brushes, so many
Let me
fonts, and
Thousands.
let me
Thousands.
go through what's in those 10 items.
right,
Clip Studio Paint Pro. It's the standard for illustrators, comics, and animators. The Ultimate Brush Pack, 200 Clip Studio paint and Photoshop brushes. And then looks like another pack, another pack. So different brush packs that you can get.
right,
100 Clip Studio Paint 3D models. 3D poses, speech bubbles. There's 200 different speech bubbles that you can get. 100 comic and manga panels. Geez, this is amazing.
right.
Uh, Storyboard assets in Moho, which is a create your own cartoons and animation software.
Right.
So definitely get that for the $25. It is so worth it.
Yeah, the the
Um,
the the the, the add-on stuff is like $500 worth of add-ons.
yeah,
That yeah, again, you're gonna have to find a way to but as Spike Trotman has pointed out to me, like follow Clip Studio on Blue Sky. They regularly have ridiculous deals on their perpetual license.
yeah, that's
Um,
awesome.
so
So this though will get you 1 year, correctly?
right,
This.
but it gets you 1 year for one device. But again, all of the brushes and stuff you keep no matter what.
It's just
That's
the
pretty
So
cool.
yeah,
it's
it's
just the
just the
main program
subscription.
that you
Yeah.
have to right.
All right. Next up is Blade Runner. We have it's the Blade Runner collection from Titan Elcon. $18 gets you 17 items. Goes to the Direct Relief. It's an emergency medical charity, and it's extended through August 13th. Uh, let's see what you get with that one. You get Blade Runner 2019. It's the volume one is the artist edition. You get the Blade Runner 2039 volume one. Blade Runner 2039 Volume 2, 2039 Volume 3, Blade Runner Black Lotus Volume 1, Leaving LA. I'm not going to read all of these, but you just get a
Yeah, you
ton
get
of
you get essentially all the Blade Runner.
all the Blade Runners. It is a ton of stuff here. That's going to run through August 13th. The Humanoids Mega Bundle is really cool because for $20 you get 35 titles. You get the Inkle, Techno Priest, Hurlant, Monsieur Jean, and more. Reading is fundamental, is where this is going. And it's till August 5th. So there's a few more days on that, as today is the 2nd. So get on that. Um, let's see. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Return to New York City by IDW. That is a ton of stuff. Again, 48 items for only $25 going to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And that is running through August 12th. That'll be about 2 weeks, week and a half from now. Uh, Dark Horse 40th anniversary bundle. You guys, there's so many good things in this to list. It's Dark Horse. Just go for it. You get $20 gets you 40 items, and it goes towards the Hero Initiative for August 13th. And last is the Disney Masters Collection and Originals from Fantagraphics. 48 items for $25. It couldn't be a better deal for going to first book. And August 19th is the cutoff for that one. Dun, dun, dun. Chad, 3 amazing new books.
Yes. Well, I mean, you didn't toss it to me.
Oh,
3
okay.
amazing new books.
Okay. Is that what you were waiting for? I thought you were.
A little bit. I was also
Anywho.
looking at something else.
Anywho,
Is Ted okay? From Dave Chisholm at Magic Cave,
so good.
wrapped up, and it was so fucking good. The second book of Galactic from Kurt Pyre and Immaculate Pena at Distillery came out, and like this is fun sci-fi romance, sprinkled with nods to all of your favorite scenes in like all of the different sci-fi or adventure romance movies.
Well, and Kurt Pyers is so good.
Right. It's just yeah, it's wonderful. And then I finally read the first 2 issues of Concrete Stars Over Sand and Paul
Same.
Chadwick.
I bought them as they're coming out, but
Yeah.
number 2 is great.
Yeah, no, Paul Chadwick continues to do really, really good work.
Chad, I want to thank you for turning me on to Concrete. Otherwise, I would have passed right over this when it came out this last couple weeks. But
so yeah, that's my 3 amazing books.
Awesome.
So One Piece Race, I was becalmed. But
what?
Or no, Phil needs to take a walk. I'm sorry. Phil needs to take a walk.
It's funny you jumped to the One Piece race because that's where the majority of my comic reading this week was. I absolutely plowed through Goodnight Pun Pun Volume 2, which is books 3 and 4. And now I'm left sadly staring out the window waiting for Volume 3 to arrive from Interlibrary Loan. But thankfully I will probably be reading Girl on the Shore next week as that one has finally come in.
That's a good one.
My Inio Asano kick continues.
Right.
But so that was a good. I put down 46 chapters. It might have been 47. But yeah. For anyone out there who has not read Goodnight Pun Pun and enjoys weird, bizarre tales of childhood depression, this is your sign.
Yeah, I don't know anyone who enjoys weird tales of childhood depression, but
sure. I adore tales of childhood depression.
It's so good though.
It is. It is. It's going in. I mean, I did not fully know what to expect in turning out a really good way because yeah, this thing is like it's just a nonstop gut punch at this point.
So, all right, now we'll go to the One Piece race, where I was becalmed since you've taken your walk.
Yeah. Sorry, we're all out of sorts today.
No, that's okay. I was becalmed, but when I talked to Meredith McLaren on Friday, and that episode will probably go up today, she recommended, and I still need to watch it. I will probably do it today. There is a One Piece fan letter short on Netflix that's supposed to be there that she just adores.
Okay.
As well as a heroine short that digs into Nami. So those are on my list of things to watch today. One Piece related, One Piece adjacent.
Maybe I'll get the waters moving.
Right. So yeah.
Update for me on One Piece. I have looked at the app. That's where
okay.
I have looked at the app and going, I should get back to that.
Did you even look at it enough to?
Oh no, I didn't open it.
Discover what chapter you were on.
Oh no, I just looked at the icon.
Oh okay.
Oh, we're at that point.
No.
We're at that point.
No. Guys, I'm not there. That's crazy.
It's funny.
The app, that's a different story.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. That's legit.
Yeah.
That's legit.
That's really funny. Great responsibilities this week. These humanoids has been awesome. I don't know about you guys, but I love these books.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
I
was
mean, that's why I like particularly and it's why I suggested we continue it. Like there seem to be holes in everybody's comic book knowledge.
Yeah.
There are very few people who just read across the world. There are very few people that read. I mean, I think we do a great service already by not disdaining superheroes, but still talking about like indie comics or genre comics or whatnot.
Right.
But like getting into Bandai Disney, getting into manga, that sort of thing, I think is an opportunity to, and as we will next week, getting into Disney, which like I think a lot of people think of Disney comics the way you and I used to think of Archie comics, which is okay, whatever. Are
Yeah, yeah.
those really
I
comic books?
I
Yep,
do I
yep.
do gotta be honest. That was kind of my reaction when you suggested the Disney one, and I was like, okay. And then I heard there was the Cardbox collection. I'm like, all right, I'm sure that'll be interesting. And then
Right.
scrolling
Yeah.
No, I
through,
mean, I
yeah,
cannot emphasize enough that
Give it a chance, man. Yeah.
yeah, I'm
like
I'm gonna be here.
and particularly like Fantagraphics, it's
That should
Fantagraphics.
that should be the tip. That should be the tip off
It's
when,
Yeah,
yeah,
Fantagraphics.
Fantagraphics
yeah,
doing Disney. There you
yeah.
go.
These aren't
You
these aren't
know,
the IDW tie-in or the Boom Disney
well,
comics.
a
And
lot of those are pretty good too.
but there's still like for
But
kids. This seems like a
right,
different level
but
compared to
well, I
compared to what
mean,
you'd expect.
it'll still be for kids, but like it'll
Kids
be
in
for
Europe
kids
have
the way like DuckTales is for kids, the original DuckTales,
I still watch
or
DuckTales. My daughter and
that's
I
my
have
point.
started watching it. It's awesome.
Right, that's my point. Like
Yeah,
like it's for kids the way Simpsons is for kids, or
is The Simpsons for kids?
it was.
I still think it is. You know, I think the biggest reason it's not for kids now is kind of like Mad Magazine.
Mm,
Um, when your parents liked it and it wasn't as subversive,
yeah, yeah. Or
it
or
takes away a little bit of the shine for the younger generation.
if you have audience that has like stayed with you through
Right.
all the years.
I mean, there's a great Mad documentary, and they talk about that they had evidence and like strongly believe that one of the reasons that their sales numbers started going down was that like the whole oh I get to read this and my parents don't know what I'm reading and oh my God it's so outrageous became, oh my God, you're reading Mad Magazine? I love Mad Magazine.
Hmm,
Yeah,
hmm.
and, and that's not what any 10-year-old wants to hear for that thing that they think is edgy.
which is weird because here's the thing. Like us, we're going. You know what? I'm giving my kids permission to look at this thing that we had to feel was something to be hidden,
Yep.
and and they're not taking advantage of it. They're just going, yeah, whatever, Dad. So
Well, but again, part of the thrill,
mad right here. I don't want
yeah, I love Mad
to.
Magazine.
Yep, love
So,
it.
That's why
so,
the
so, 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 but right now we're still in the humanoids. So let's let Phil tell
yeah.
us some about zombies that ate the world.
So first of all, I picked this entirely for the Guy Davis art and was not disappointed. He was in full form for this. I do got to say though, it's interesting. It was not what I was expecting at all, and I should have expected something different from a humanoid zombie book because I was like, oh, I'm sure this is just going to be like a European Walking Dead or something, you know? And it was actually like a dark satire.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty funny, and it was like, okay, there's zombies in this world, but it hasn't really stopped society from functioning as normal. And
All
also
right.
the zombies talk.
Okay.
So, it it was funny because Guy Davis is someone who I mean, I should have known because he did Fantastic Four Unstable Molecules, which was not your typical Fantastic Four book.
Right.
But I was expecting, based off of his work on BPRD, some kind of, action zombie punching. I think a minimum of zombies got punched. I think there was at least one head that got clocked off. But yeah, there was a minimum of violence and definitely more of a bizarre humor. I would be interested to see where volumes 2 through 6 go with this one.
Yeah,
You
well,
know,
I might have to kick them your way. I did get the humble bundle, or you've got a few more days if you want to spend your own.
that's true. My
What
clams,
is it? It's $20
$20
for
for
151 volumes.
that is so many volumes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I bought the Hellboy bundle like months ago, and I'm
Hmm.
still not through everything that's in it.
Oh, one of the wonderful things that Mignola has done with the Hellboy bundles is
Hmm.
he tiers them all. So when the new one comes out, it has everything but before it, but like you can pay a lower price to get only
Just
the
in
new
stuff you don't
stuff.
have. Yeah.
Right.
Wow, that's pretty
Yeah.
fast. That's awesome.
So like I wind up getting something with every Hellboy bundle, but I'm not having to like rebuy the whole thing.
Yeah.
No.
Um
No.
and yeah, no, I haven't come anywhere near reading it, but I now have PDFs available to me of essentially all of Hellboy up until like last year.
I know.
And like
It's
all of
great.
the Hellboy universe
Oh yeah.
up until like last year.
And it is shocking how much of that universe is really damn good,
Yeah.
honestly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So like that's the other reason that I'm liking to in this era where gas prices are going up, all prices are going up, etc. Like I want people to make certain that they find Patreons and newsletters and whatnot and pay artists directly, find ways to get money to the people that create things, but also like I want you to have reading material for less expensive prices and maybe like help a charity.
Yeah.
And that's what makes Humble Bundle wonderful. Uh, anything else on zombies today at the world?
That's pretty much it. Is I can imagine someone being handed this, and being told, "Oh, this is that Walking Dead that everyone's so fond of," and just absolutely throwing them for a loop.
All right, Tyler, I read this ages ago and don't remember much of it. But it's
Well,
crime comics for first degree. So like obviously I want you to talk about it in general, but I also want you, if you can, to talk to me about the difference between European and US crime comics.
oh, sure.
Because I
So
guarantee that like that's something that we noticed when we were reading the Inkle and when we were reading the Killer is like they definitely have different pacing, different sensibilities in the
yeah.
ways they make comics. So talk to me about the First Degree anthology.
Well, I love but right up David Aha's artwork. Do you
Oh,
guys remember Saul Bass? Do you know who that was? He
Saul
was a
Bass.
Yeah, he was a graphic designer in the 50s and 60s that designed the intro for shows like My Three Sons. Um,
Okay.
I don't know, did you ever watch Nick at Night or the old rerun
Some.
stuff?
Oh,
Okay.
it looks like he did the uh he did some movie posters too.
Yeah, for sure. Did a lot of movie posters.
Vertigo, Man with the Golden Arm.
Yep. So Saul Bass has always been a graphic designer that I've really emulated as far as like those silhouettes of things as opposed to all the details. So when you look at David Aha's cover art for this book, it really um, resonated with me going, oh, I remember that style of artwork, right? Because on First Degree, it's the silhouette of the bullet and the bullets and the revolver. And the red background with it's just so simplistic, but yet also it's heavy. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then so you get into these crime stories of the first one right off the bat is definitely apropos to today, where a couple black men get their ass beaten just for being alive by the cops, you know. Um,
Which is Never the way it should work.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And then I really enjoyed how and when you talk about American, like television, film, literature, it doesn't matter. It's fast, it's urgent, it's crazy. You know what I mean? And then so you need an incident in American stuff to hook people right away, right? Some kind of incident, some kind of, oh, here's why we're watching this, you know? And then the plot transition is always fast. Whereas British is where, it's slower, bigger build up, when we were talking about the what's the book you just brought up, Ted, before I started rambling?
The killer,
The
maybe?
Killer, right? Yeah, and slower. It's more psychological. It gets in your head a little bit. It's definitely like the slow burn that we've talked about on other things. And what I like about this anthology is you don't know at all what's going to happen because the stories are so short. The first one, Encounter by David F. Walker, is just right off the bat. It's just like guy walking into a convenience store. You're like, oh, this is weird. And the convenience store calls the cops. So the minute he walks out, he's being beaten to death. It's like a 4-page story. And you're like, whoa, it's just crazy. Um, but I really enjoyed the length of these. And I would have liked to have seen um uh what's his name? Aha, David something.
Hmm.
David Aha.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen his artwork throughout. I think that would have been a really cool tie-in for all these stories and just had a separate writer. I think that would have been a nice tie-in to the whole thing, but that's only because I like his artwork.
Though, I
But
mean, as I'm flipping through it, there's some pretty outstanding artwork here.
I know I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I with anthologies, the change in artwork is always most jarring for me.
Is it?
And but you know,
Yeah, it can get
I
that way sometimes.
I am gonna toss out as just as I'm flipping through pages here, like something else is jumping at me that is
sure.
really true of European versus American comics a lot of the time is the colors are more muted, but in a way that I think actually kind of brings out the emotion in detail,
Hmm.
if that makes sense. Um, I mean, I think sometimes with American comics, it's too bright. Here, have your blue, like
Yeah.
versus like a gray, rainy day, you know.
Yep. I agree.
Uh,
The artwork is much more like, I don't know, apropos to the story what's going on. You know
right,
what I mean?
right.
Not only that, just British comics in general, the
I mean,
aesthetic
I
of
think
the
most of these are
artwork.
French comics, not
What
British, but
what did I say?
you keep saying British.
Oh, did I? I meant French.
British is often somewhere in between.
Mhm.
British gets a lot of influence from both Bande Disney and I mean at some point we're gonna have to do some Rebellion 2000 AD stuff
Yep.
because that's another feel. Um they do humble bundles from time to time. We'll watch for it.
Yeah. No, a French comic. Yeah, sorry, French makes way more sense. The European, excuse me, in general. I think the aesthetic, right? You look at it and you can tell that this is European or this is American most of the time. And I kind of like that as being able to visually pick out what kind of book I'm looking at.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Um
my favorite in the story in the whole in this whole thing was called Premeditated. Um, I just like the way they used red throughout. Again, this is not new, but they used red throughout to be that defining color amongst all these like blacks, grays, and whites.
so that's from Sidney Duncan and JP Mavinga.
Yes, it was very
So
cool. It was very
the
cool.
second story in the book.
Yeah. Unfortunately, because I was late to the game, I did not read all of them.
Well, I mean that happens.
Yeah.
That's one of the advantages of choosing anthology, and that's it's one of the reasons I chose anthologies to for next week, and like gave you 2 weeks to do. Had you pick your Disney books now for 2 weeks from now,
Yes.
because I figure anything we get into the anthologies will be able to give a feel, and then um
It's so
after
funny.
that it's just a matter of. By the way, they are already in the folder, so you guys can
Nice.
go get them.
Those Disney books are great because, right now, guys our age are suckers for nostalgia, right?
It's true.
And okay, me anyway, I should say me. And so these old cartoons that I said I used to watch on Nickelodeon, and now they're available through this Disney
Right,
package.
right.
Awesome.
Well, the book I read is called Monsieur Jaune.
Yeah.
Um, and I need to read more of it because it's kind of it's actually kind of it reminds me a lot of like coupling or to a slightly lesser extent the IT crowd, like British relational comedy shows,
Mhm.
though it definitely has a French feel to it as well. The beginning of this book says that it's actually set between volumes 3 and 4. So I assume that the volumes are in terms of when they were released, but but it sounds like they also then give you, oh, but this is time wise here, and essentially like it's a series of vignettes um with Jean, and I forget the name of the friend who he's crashing on the couch of right now, and like they're late 20s to mid 30s ish guys, and they go out to clubs, they go to birthday parties, they have or don't have relationships. Jean seems to have a theory on everything, and sometimes that makes him the most fascinating guy in the room, and sometimes that makes him the guy in the room that everybody wants to smack upside the head. Um, and it's just got a weird, cool humor to it. This volume, at least, is just like the only color is blue. Um, so like it's black and white and blue comic, I guess is the way to put it.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Tyler would probably let me pull a little up and show it to Tyler because he will give a better
All
um
right. Guys, I do have to jump off in
I
10
I know.
minutes.
I
So,
know that's why I'm trying to move rapidly, Tyler.
okay. I don't, okay, there we go. I was like, I don't see it as you.
How would you describe the artwork, Tyler?
Oh, I love it. It is okay, so it's kind of pop art in the fact that it's very flat. The blue is just a single field of blue with some white poking out, and then over the top of that, they've
I
done
love
the
that
design
he
in like a
goes to the
black
bathroom.
chalk. Um, it's probably not chalk, but more crayon. But it looks like it's got that childlike quality to it of somebody drawing with a color crayon on top of colored paper. And I really like that. That white really pops. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And the stories are they're kind of like uh
So I mean, essentially the only color that's being used here is the blue, and the
right,
black, the black is basically the key that would go on top of it to make it all look right. And the white
right,
is just white paper showing through.
right, right.
It's really just pretty sweet the way they did it.
Yeah. But then like the stories themselves are I like some of these where like see how there's no outline to the word balloon? The word
Oh
balloon's
Yeah,
yeah.
just the
that's what I've
white
been
coming
trying to
through
put on.
the
Like, why does that seem softer? And you're right.
right,
There's no
right.
outlines on the word balloons. It's like someone just erased the
Some of them,
blue.
not all of them, but yeah. Um,
No, the ones that um, don't seem to be as more pertinent don't have outlines on them.
right.
But the ones where it's more direct conversation,
Uh-huh.
they do. Interesting.
And again, like this story right here, he's talking about what's the worst thing that can happen as you're getting hot and heavy. And he's like, you always think about like making certain you wear good underwear and whatnot, but what happens if as you're getting naked with your date, it turns out that you forgot to put on a pair of good socks and your big toes sticking out of a hole, and it just ruins the I mean, that's the kind of humor it is. It's
Hmm.
like this dark, but not in like a violent way, just in a kind of I don't know that I can't find the right word, but it's like this midlife crisis type humor.
Yeah, I can see
Um,
that.
uh, Mostly understated, a lot of people just talking to each other, but with some great expressions. Um, and definitely something that I can't think of anything in the United States to really compare it to, certainly among the major publishers. Um, I mean, I'm certain if we really dug into indie comics and like Fantagraphics and whatnot, we might find something that has some of this feel. We brought up Peep Show is on Final Order Cutoff. Peep Show has a little bit more of this feel, or a little bit of this feel, but I think overall is more depressing. This like this is depressing if you get up close and still funny if you're even like 10 feet away. You don't have to be like Ariel to see the, you know, um, yeah. So yeah, it was a fun read. I will definitely like Phil wanting to read more of the zombies. I have already loaded the rest of it onto my tablet to read more
Nice.
of this, um, because it was just cool. Um, there is our brief walk through the Humanoids Humble Bundle that you have what? How many more days to go
Mm,
get? Somebody got it
Not
in front of them.
too many.
No, I know we're coming up on the end of it.
Yeah, the
Humanoids through
humanoids through.
August 5th.
Yeah, so just a
Um,
couple more days from the time you're listening to this.
though I don't know that it's been extended, and a lot of things have been extended lately. So there might be as much as a week. But still, don't sleep on it.
No.
And then next week we're gonna start taking a look at this Fantagraphics Disney Humble Bundle because it's another one that uh has some stuff that isn't necessarily stuff that we spend a lot of time with, but is still like really brilliant stuff. And I think that's always a fun thing to highlight. But Tyler's on the clock, and I'm mostly just rambling right now. So I'm going to get into three books I hope will be spectacular. First, I'm going to say I know that Huelga, the stories of Dolores Huerta and Sal Castro from Henry Barajas, Louis Chin, and Gab Contreras from Good Trouble is spectacular, as is Islands in the Sky, a people's history of Hurricane Helene by a cast of not thousands, but many amazing comic people, and put together by Andrew Iden for Appalachian Comics, or the Appalachia Comics Project, and Good Trouble is also absolutely spectacular. Those both come out this week. Ones I'm looking forward to the most, and this first one I've had a preview copy on my tablet forever, and I just haven't managed to read it. So it might be what I do when we get off. It's called Chachu. Number one from Iman Vellani and Mariana Ignazi and Jordi Belair at Image. Then we have Tom King's second Archie comic, Jughead Pie-mageddon with Dan Parent from Archie. And then Endeavor number three, I think the conclusion to this story from Stephanie Phillips and Mark Lamming at Distillery. I'm also really looking forward to and suspect that it starts with anger, a punk beginning, and Afro punk ending from James Spooner at Pantheon will wind up being my top book of that next week. We'll see how that plays. I pre-ordered a digital copy earlier today, so I'll be able to get a head start on reading it. Phil, what's your giant size trade waiter book?
This week, my giant size trade waiter pick is once again Albion from Alan
Once
Moore,
again.
Leah Moore, John Reppion, Shane Oakley, and George Freeman from Rebellion. Yeah, this is one that I had picked out, and it unfortunately was the wrong date that it was coming out. This time I did double check League of Comic Geeks against the lunar distribution, and it does look like this book is coming out this week. So I for one
It,
will,
it it is
yeah,
coming out this week according to
yeah,
Lunar Distribution. So
yes.
so this time
Phew.
you are correct, sir.
Well, this time I cross-referenced, so I didn't want to be caught unawares on the same
Oh,
book twice in a
Phil,
row.
I've been caught unaware many times
Well, I think the first one I
because of
looked
League
at,
of Comic Book
yeah,
Geeks.
the first one I looked at was, yeah, actually got pushed to next week. So we'll see if I
Right.
remember to pick it
Well,
next week.
and one of the things that I always say, and I love League of Comic Geeks.
Yeah,
I never want to bash them,
no,
but one of the things that I try to remind people, both who are hosting this show and who listen to this show, is League of Comic Geeks is user supported.
hmm,
So like its dates are generally whatever was in the catalog when it got uploaded initially. Um, unless somebody happened to notice and go, here, let me go put in the edit, and it goes through the whole review process to get changed.
right,
Um,
and
which
that takes time.
often, yeah, I mean, it will often wind up happening after the book came out
Oh yeah,
rather than before.
which is
Um,
it was a
or at
testament that,
least after it doesn't come out.
right, which I'm glad. I'm very glad that they had updated their site when it didn't come out to the actual release date, which it looks like
Right,
now is where it will be.
right.
So yeah,
Because like who wants to spend their time going through and going, oh, what dates changed this week? Let me
yeah,
go
right.
through and update. I mean, on one side, it would be cool if publishers did that, but they don't, and that's
No,
okay. Um, so
it's
yeah,
certainly something.
All
yeah.
right. Well, guys, I'm going to take us out of here because we got Phil Trade Waiter, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna head to church with my family. But
No.
I know, sorry. But you guys have a great day. And our listeners out there, we will catch you guys after the next page. Later.